As I stepped out of the notary's office that crisp autumn afternoon, a quiet thrill hummed through me. I'd just learned that my late grandmother, Clara Elise Thompson, had bequeathed me 3 cozy townhouses and a secluded lakeside retreat. The news felt like a secret gift, one I couldn't wait to share with my husband, Derek, and his overbearing mother, Lorraine, who shared our cramped rental. But as I turned the key in our apartment door, their voices drifted from the kitchen, low, urgent, laced with something off. I paused in the hallway, my heart quickening, and pressed against the wall to listen. The call had come earlier that day, shattering my routine. I was Elena Marie Thompson, a freelance illustrator scraping by in our modest 2-bedroom lease on the outskirts of Riverton, a bustling mid-sized city where dreams often tangled with daily grind. My phone buzzed mid-sketch, displaying an unknown number. Hesitant but curious, I answered. "Good afternoon, this is Elena Thompson." "Ms. Thompson." "I'm Rebecca Lynn, executive aide to attorney Sophia Lynn Hargrove. We're reaching out about the estate of your grandmother, Clara Elise Thompson." I gripped the phone tighter. Grandma Clara had slipped away 6 months earlier, in the quiet hush of spring. Her memorial was simple, just me, a few old friends from her threadbare senior living complex, and the faint scent of her favorite chamomile tea. She'd toiled decades as a machinist in a local plant, pinching every dime on a fixed pension. Her single room in that faded building held nothing but faded quilts and dog-eared novels. "What estate?" "I'm afraid there must be a mix-up," I said softly. "Grandma had so little." "We can't delve into specifics over the line, ma'am. Please bring ID to our office. We're here until 5. An hour later, I arrived at Hargrove and Associates, tucked into a sleek mid-rise in the city's financial district. Rebecca, a poised woman in her 40s with a neat bob and warm smile, ushered me into Sophia's office. The attorney was sharp-featured, with silver-streaked hair and eyes that missed nothing. She extended a hand. "Elena, sit. This will come as a surprise, but your grandmother's will, drawn up 3 years back, leaves everything to you." "Everything?" "Like her room." Sophia slid open a leather binder, revealing crisp deeds and titles. First, a deed for a quaint 2-story townhouse in the leafy suburbs, 600 square feet of charm. Next, another in the vibrant arts quarter downtown, 550 feet of urban buzz. Then, a third on the quiet east side, 500 feet with a small garden patch. And finally, a wooded retreat an hour's drive north, on a half-acre lakeside lot complete with a rustic 2-room cabin. My breath caught. This can't be right. Grandma lived like she had nothing. Sophia leaned forward. Precisely why she built this legacy. Clara began investing in the 80s, when values were a steal. She snapped up the first townhouse with years of scrimped savings, rented it out, funneled the proceeds into the next. The cabin came last, a decade ago. She shielded it all, even from you, until now. She believed timing mattered, for your sake. Why the secrecy? She wanted you to discover it on your terms, to choose freely. Sophia handed me a sealed envelope, Clara's looping script on the front. "For Elena, read once papers are signed." I tore it open there, under the office's soft lights. The pages unfolded like a whisper from the past. "My sweet Elena. If these words find you, I've crossed over, but no, I went gently, heart full from a life well spent. You're reeling now from the revelations, 3 townhouses, that peaceful cabin, a nest egg of some $95,000. Why hide it? Why my frugal ways? Darling, fortune twists folks, even kin. I watched you bloom into marriage at 24, radiant beside Derek. Then, bit by bit, your light dimmed. You passed on that senior design role 5 years back, solid pay, real advancement, claiming Lorraine's health crisis demanded you stay. Yet soon after, her salon expanded, thriving. What crisis, Elena? Or those nights you skipped girls' evenings because Derek grumbled about late hours, while he bowled till dawn? That masterclass in Chicago you craved, Lorraine raged about family abandonment. You yielded. I held my tongue. You'd have dismissed an old woman's worries. But now, this gift is your anchor. Not mere bricks and mortar, it's liberty. If your union brings joy, cherish it on your terms, not trapped by circumstance. If it chafes, you have shelter, multiple havens. One caution, love, news like this stirs shadows. Whispers, pleas, schemes may arise. If unease creeps in, pause. Don't lash out. Absorb. Let them unmask themselves in unguarded moments. You're resilient, clever, deserving, you merely misplace that truth. Reclaim it. Thrive, my girl. I'm ever in your spirit. With endless love, Grandma Clara. Tears blurred the ink as I folded the pages. Sophia averted her gaze, shuffling forms to grant me space. For the first time in ages, a spark ignited within, resolve, not defeat. We wrapped the paperwork in 90 minutes, transfers, accounts, fees settled. I departed with a bulging portfolio, Clara's quiet empire in my grasp. In a nearby plaza, I sank onto a wrought iron bench amid rustling oaks, phone in hand. Dial Derek. Share the windfall. Clara's warning echoed, if anything odd arises. I pocketed the device, replaying recent months. Grandma's passing in March. April brought Derek's sudden charm, probing my gigs, my days, after months of silence. May, he pushed for control over my files, citing ease. I demurred, he pouted, then forgot. June, Lorraine fished about Clara's valuables or savings. I shrugged it off as her room cleared out. Mere coincidence? No. Clara's wisdom rang true. I'd hold this close until clarity dawned. Back home by dusk, the apartment smelled of Lorraine's stew. She always commandeered the stove, deeming my efforts amateur. Derek glanced up from his meal. Late again. Errands. Paperwork for a project. He shrugged, interest waning. Lorraine's eyes narrowed, but she said nothing. I retreated to our room, stashing the folder beneath winter linens in the armoire. 9 years wed, and this windfall birthed my first true option. Nights blurred into routine, Derek glued to sports, Lorraine chattering on calls, me at my laptop tying up illustrations. Bedtime, his arm draped over me like habit. But sleep evaded, Clara's words told, true selves emerge unseen. Dawn broke ordinary, Derek off to his warehouse shift at 7, Lorraine to her salon at 8:30. I savored the solitude, my remote work allowing flexibility. Yet focus frayed, pulling me to Clara's letter, the deeds. By 10, restlessness drove me to prowl. Lorraine's room, pristine bed, fashion rags piled high, walls lined with Derek's childhood snaps, know us, as if I were invisible. Kitchen next, a glass of water in hand, gazing at the drab towers opposite. I yearned to inspect my new domains, starting with the suburban townhouse tomorrow. Then, the front door banged. I startled. Who? Not them yet. Murmurs from Lorraine's room, Derek's baritone, her shrill edge. Home early. I crept closer, pulse racing. Old bat's gone half a year. My contact at records pulled the filings. She held 3 townhouses, plus that backwoods shack. All leased. Imagine the steady stream rolling in. Lorraine's triumph sliced the air. I flattened against the wall, breath shallow. 3. Thought she was dirt poor, Derek muttered. You kept it from your dimwit wife, she didn't suspect a thing. Clara hoarded like a miser. Sly crone. Will's hers, no other heirs. How'd you dig it up? Old school pal at the registrar. I comp her highlights, she feeds me intel. Gold mine. Footsteps paced. Cash'll catch wind soon, Derek mused. Precisely. Strike quick, before she wises up. Strike how? Lorraine's laugh was venom. Those spots. Market's hot, easily $800,000 total. Cabin adds 50 grand on a prime lot. Yours, son, ours. But it's Elena's by right. Law says. Law bends if she bends. Play the doting hubby. Once she signs off, coo about our future. Pitch dumping the holdings, upkeep's a killer, fees, fixes, bills. Liquidate, fund your dream garage. You've yammered about it forever. Yeah, but with your foreman pay, we're stuck leasing till we're fossils. Business means real cash, roots, a family. She aches for kids, dangle that. She might cling to sentimental ties. Push. She's pliable, folds easy. Frame it smooth. Chill seeped into my bones. Pliable. That's their view. Derek didn't protest. If she digs in. Lean on the baby card. No spawn in a shoebox lease. Sell one, snag a spacious 3-bed, in your name, head of house. Mine? A greedy lilt. Natural. Then, play it out. If she plays ball, keep her. If not, divorce in a year. Funds sunk in biz. Untouchable. I stifled a gasp. Mom, divorce. For real. Face facts. You wed her at 25 cause she was easy, meek, no drama. Dull as dishwater. Remote gigs. Chump change. Housework. I outdo her, and I've crashed here for years post-fire. I bit my lip. My freelance covered 42% of bills, Lorraine chipped zilch, just occasional meals when suited. Mom, this feels shady. Shady? Harboring a leech 8 years. She mooches space, utilities, zero payback. You and I grind, she doodles online. Freelance. Hobby. Real folks clock in steady. Teeth ground, I'd quit my agency post to help after her blaze, Derek backed her. Temporary, they swore. 4 years on. I'm for you, son, Lorraine soothed. Stuck slaving without seed money. This is destiny. My salon's ashes 5 years back, nothing left. I crave a flagship spot, upscale. So hawk Elena's spots for your salon, my garage. Bingo. You thrive, I thrive. She'll bask in family legacy. Silence stretched. I braced for his stand, wrong, immoral. Instead, how to sway her on all three. She might hoard one. Snap. He bought in, no fight. Claim hassle, taxes, tenants. Sell out, buy $1,000 pad for you too, your title. Rest fuels ventures. Figure, $850,000 townhouses, $50,000 cabin, $900K. New place $350,000, leaves $550,000. Garage startup, my salon, cushion. Tempting. Real living, no scraping, owning your fate. Seize it. I get it. Once she knows, I'll ease in. Family, kids, dreams. Softly. Good lad. No guilt, this is ours. Numbness gripped me. 9 years pledged, vows of care, betrayed for greed. Lorraine, freeloader supreme, dubbed me parasite. I slipped to the bedroom, snatched purse and keys, ghosted out. On the stoop, I dialed frantically. Hargrove and Associates. Sophia. Elena Thompson. Yesterday's estate. Elena. What's wrong? Recommend a divorce specialist. Urgent. Asset safeguards. A beat. I know just, Jordan Elise Whitaker. Top tier. Number incoming. I called instantly. Whitaker Law. Jordan. Sophia Hargrove referred. Elena Thompson. Inheritance shield from husband, now. Got it. 3 p.m. today. Address texting. Past noon, I wandered Riverton's avenues, replaying the farce. Team. I was tool disposable. Clara foresaw, armed me. At a bistro mirror, my reflection stared back, 33, weary-eyed, tousled. But steel rose, shoulders squared, I ordered espresso, plotting. Meet Jordan, Fortify Holdings. Home, feign normalcy. Eavesdrop, record. When ripe, counter. Jordan's suite gleamed on the 10th floor of a glass tower, efficient, book-lined, her, mid-50s, cropped auburn, navy blazer, piercing green gaze. Firm grip. Spill. I recounted, legacy, letter, the damning chat. Flat-toned facts. She jotted, glasses perched. Smart move, prompt. Legally, inheritance is yours alone, family. Spouse claims zilch, divorce or not. But their scheme. Voluntary sale, funds to his biz, tricky. Mingle with joint cash, court might split as communal. Nod. Clever trap. Defenses, never sign blind, gifts, sales, proxies. Bring me anything. Open solo account elsewhere, route all yields there. Safe deposit for dupes, originals off-site, say with a trusted pal. And evidence, log pressures. One-party consent recordings legal here. Phone app, pocket it, forward me files. I tested the recorder, crisp audio. Divorce path. If pursued, I file remotely. No shared assets, no kids, swift, 1 to 2 months. He touches nothing. Minor fixes on properties. Fine, upkeep, not marital boost. Relief washed. Spousal cohabitation duty. If I bolt to a townhouse. Deny entry but messy. Divorce first or slip away quiet, petition fast. We mapped contingencies, scenarios, timelines. Her card bore a direct line. Escalate. Call. Email, audio. Consult paid, I hit a new bank, solo account, card to suburban address. Vault rented, copies locked. Originals to college buddy, Sarah, next day. Dusk home, Derek scrolled news. Lorraine absent. Out long. Client meet. Brainstorm. MM. No probe. Blessing, now, less deceit. Bedroom, I listed Exodus items, papers, heirlooms, wardrobe. Incremental, unseen. Lorraine home by 8, hissing at Derek in the den. Muffled urgency, I strained, caught fragments, frustration, impatience. No need decipher, soon, overt. Days forged strategy. I toured the suburban townhouse, 5th floor walk-up in a tidy complex, dated but sound. Tenants left it tidy, just fresh paint, fixture swaps. Hired crew, 2 weeks, from Clara's fund. Meanwhile, ferried bits homeward, laundry run, friend loan. They blinked past. Week in, normalcy mask held. Dinners prepped, shows shared. Their glances sharpened, Lorraine late shifts, kitchen huddles. Day 9, she cracked. At table, fork clattered. Elena, your gran, anything from her? Bequests such. Odd. Will's prompt calls to offices. For months, delays happen. Not my wheelhouse. Derek chimed, ring M. Probe. If due, they will. Fresh loss stings, drop it. Eyes down, I ate. Their shared look. Panic veiled. Post-meal, I sidled near her door, recorder live. Lisa goofed. Derek. Saw the docket, 3 holdings, Clara to Elena. Then her quiet. Playing coy. We whispered that day you checked, she worked. Positive. Plan holds. She'll crack. Gentle nudge. I emailed Jordan, plot chatter. Reply, solid. More. Morrow, Derek's ploy dawned. Over toast, Elena, kids, high time, no. 30-somethings now. Recorder word in my sweater. Kids. Sure, but lease life's no nursery. Right. So, let's plan. My garage idea, capital kickstarts it. Earnings flow, we buy, nest. Capital from. Loan. Savings grind. Loans bleed, savings. Decades. He faltered, fishing for my reveal. Nil. Later, then. Such talks recurred, offspring, home, venture. I nodded, taped all. Lorraine coarsened, kitchen critique, blah seasoning, I yielded wordless. Past, it'd wound, now armor. Then, uninvited in our room, chat. Shoot. Pals got space, cheaper. Thinking move. Your call. You're wed 9 years, cramped with me. Own turf time. Not cramped. Awkward, in-law in rental. Upgrade. Buy. Funds. Save, borrow. Derek's biz, maybe. Hint dropped. I swiveled to screen. Move if you wish. We're set here till ready. She stormed off. Evening eaves, dense. I prodded, she blanked. Maybe clueless. Bunk. Heirs get notice. She's stalling. Escalate. Direct, biz needs boost, got means. 2 weeks more. Townhouse gleamed, furnishings in, fridge stocked. Ties frayed, Lorraine's barbs flew, sloppy chores. My retort one morn, over her shattering my cherished teacup, Clara's keepsake, clumsy. Slipped. Get another. Grandma's gift. So. Ghosts don't sip. I fixed her glare. This lease is Derek's. License rudeness. I fund 42%, you. Nada. Who's freeloading? Sputter, slam. Evening rant to him, she's feral. Backtalk. Mom, you prod. Your ma sacrificed all. Her. Barren bride. Timing. Firm up, dominate, or she rules. Murmurs faded. I grinned, cracks widening. Month's end, most valuables secreted away, essentials lingered. Renovations done, townhouse beckoned. Their pressure peaked, Derek's pleas intensified, Lorraine's sneers venomous. One night, post another future pitch, I feigned fatigue, retired early. But midnight whispers drew me, recorder primed. Enough dancing, Lorraine snapped. Confront, inheritance. Spill, or else. Harsh. Gloves off. That cash, ours. Divorce if stubborn, prenup voided years back. Derek sighed. Fine. Tomorrow. Enough. Dawn, I rose pre-them, packed final bag, clothes, laptop, Clara's letter. Note on counter, gone to think. Need space. Phone to Jordan, filing today. Evidence stack ready. By 9, petition drafted, irreconcilable, assets ring-fenced. Served that week, Derek's shock call, what? Why? Overheard enough. We're done. Lorraine's tirade voicemail, threats, please, deleted. I settled into the suburban haven, air crisp with pine from the window. Freelance bloomed, new clients, bolder pitches. The other townhouses. Leased swiftly, income secure. Cabin weekends, Clara's spirit in the lake's ripple. Months later, divorce finalized, clean, mine intact. Derek kept the lease, Lorraine slunk to her pals. I stood on my balcony, city lights twinkling, free. Clara was right, foundations hold when winds howl. Mine? Unshakable. Life, at last, mine to shape.